Thank goodness. Monday is now come and gone. Now we can get started on focusing on when this upcoming weekend is coming, right? Well, with that said, happy Tuesday, everybody. Yep, it is Tuesday, the final day in July. Gotta say, this latter half of the month felt kind of slow to me. Not sure why. Maybe it's because I am on vacation, which is weird because usually vacations tend to fly by, but I don't know, it just seems kind of weird. Or maybe it is the fact that I am in Denver and therefore the time difference is so significant that, it felt longer. But I guess to each their own. It doesn't really bother me because, as I have been saying since I've been here, whether you're in New York or here in Denver or California or anywhere, it's still Tuesday. It's also 5 o'clock somewhere. But that's an adult joke, sort of, I guess. So, yeah. Today's actually going to be the last day that a good portion of my family is going to be here in Denver as they're going back home tomorrow. So, one thing that all of us cousins did together is we actually have a tradition. See, I've made this no secret in any of my videos in the past, but we love Disney in our family. We do. I can honestly say that for the vast majority of not just everyone in my family, but most people in everyone's families, Disney was most likely one of the very first things that we ever saw when we were little. So, what do all us cousins do? We relive our childhood by watching nothing but Disney movies. Yeah, we watched a couple classics. We watched Dumbo. We watched Peter Pan. We watched a couple of new ones as well. We watched. I actually finally saw Wreck-It Ralph, which I gotta say, one of the reasons why I never saw Wreck-It Ralph in the theater was because I was in college at the time and at Gettysburg, and I didn't have any access to a car. There was a movie theater in Gettysburg. It's actually a really nice looking movie theater, the Gateway Theater. It's like stadium seating and everything. Oh, that place is awesome. Believe it or not, I actually saw the midnight showing of Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows Part 1 in that theater. I had a friend take me. That was a pretty sweet night. I had class at 8 o'clock in the morning the next day. Didn't care. Don't worry, I still made it to class. By the way, I didn't miss anything. Which reminds me, kids, stay in school. Anyway. I say stay in school even though it's summer. Anyway. Well, yeah, it is still summer, I suppose. Even though if you're a college student, it's starting to wind down even faster. Anyway. So, back to where I was. I finally saw Wreck-It Ralph, and I gotta say, I never saw Wreck-It Ralph when it initially came out. But there are some people that I watch and follow online, and everything I kept hearing was it was either good or, Sarah Silverman kind of rubs people the wrong way, and therefore it kind of deters a little bit from, what the story is trying to do, which I didn't really get the latter half at all. I thought Wreck-It Ralph was good. I really do. That was great, in fact. So with that said, I can say that from Meet the Robinsons up till now, I've seen every Disney movie that's, current. Yeah, I gotta say, Disney's actually been on a roll over the last several years, and it all started with Meet the Robinsons. You've had movies like Bolt, Winnie the Pooh, Wreck-It Ralph, Frozen, Big Hero 6, Zootopia, Moana, And I know I'm missing a few somewhere, but yeah, they've all been pretty darn. Oh, right, The Princess and the Frog, and Tangled. Yeah, there's those too. That's really good. Um, I know I'm missing a few others perhaps, but yeah, since like 2006, which is well over a decade at this point, Disney's just been on fire with movies, and I'm really looking forward to Wreck-It Ralph 2. Ralph breaks the internet. Although I do like in the trailer how, and this is not a spoiler because it's in the trailer, where Ralph says, shouldn't it be Ralph wrecks the internet, as in it's Wreck-It Ralph? You know, but breaking the internet is kind of a thing. Yep, it's going to be that kind of movie, which I don't care, I'm excited. Plus I get to see a lot of Disney princesses. Don't get me wrong. Not that I'm in love with any Disney princesses or anything, just, you know, how often is it that you'll ever see any of the Disney, one or more of the Disney princesses in one sitting? I mean, it's never happened before. And the best part is, for the most part, they actually got like the voiceover actors from those Disney princess movies to be the voices of the princesses in Wreck-It Ralph 2. I mean, you can't, some of them you really can't. I mean, the voice actress for Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is long gone. And, you know, the one for Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty also are most likely long gone. But, you know, there are some people who have those roles as the definitive voices today. So, yeah, you have that. And plus you have, you know, current voice actors who are celebrities that are also going to be, you know, in Wreck-It Ralph 2. Idina Menzel is going to reprise her role as Elsa. You know, Kristen Bell is going to reprise her role as Anna. Mandy Moore is going to reprise her role as Rapunzel. You know, the list just goes on. And I'm excited for it. So anyway, we saw Peter Pan, Dumbo, Wreck-It Ralph. Of course, we had to see Frozen. And yes, I sang along to Let It Go. Actually, Let It Go is so totally my jam. But I do most definitely see why it's really, really, really much overhyped. But it's in a good way. I mean, believe it or not, Wreck-It Ralph, for those of you who may or may not remember, was like the Disney movie in Disney's animated canon that came out before Frozen did. And honestly, if Wreck-It Ralph was the sort of movie that was for, you know, boys, because, you know, it's a common stereotype that boys love video games. Even though there are plenty of girl video gamers out there who are totally awesome, and I'm never going to discriminate on that because why on earth would I? So if Wreck-It Ralph was for my point is if Wreck-It Ralph was for the boys, if that was even the case, then Frozen was definitely, you know, the female movie. I mean, it's got not one, but two Disney princesses. One of them ends up becoming a queen, which is rare. In fact, it may be the first time it's ever happened. Well, actually, yeah. It might be the first time it ever happened. Unless... No, it is. I'm trying to think in my head if that was the case. So, we saw Frozen. You know, we saw Zootopia, of course. And I will admit... Try Everything by Shakira. Oh my goodness, it is so incredibly catchy. It's actually the sort of, I don't want to say palate cleanser, but that's because that implies that Let It Go is, you know, bad, but, you know, it was something different and modern as opposed to what Let It Go is, and that was always nice. And we ended off with Moana. Alright, Big Hero 6, that was another one since Meet the Robinsons came out, that was really good. Alright, and then we saw Moana, which, what can I say except you're welcome for making this video for you. Don't worry, I'm not editing the video yet. At least not yet, anyway. So, yeah, just got a whole bunch of popcorn and munchies, some drinks, and, we just went to town watching Disney movies, singing along. It's great. My cousin who lives out here especially really loves Disney movies, probably more than I do. I mean, her Disney collection is so vast, she actually went and got, like, those horrible direct-to-DVD videos. Which, well, direct-to-video, I suppose. I mean, some of them aren't necessarily that bad, but you can tell right away that, yeah, none of them are as good as the first one. It really was the point of, Disney trying to make a quick buck, which, I mean, Disney's a corporation. Good or bad, you still gotta make money in order to thrive. Can't really fault them for that. I mean, they could have totally done something different other than make direct-to-video movies, but, to each their own. Although, believe it or not, Toy Story 2 was almost direct-to-video. Yeah, it really is. The only reason why it wasn't was because Tom Hanks and Tim Allen read the script and they said, this is too good for direct-to-video. This needs to be in the theater as soon as possible. Which, I remember seeing Toy Story 2 in the theater so long ago. And I'm thinking, yeah, the trailers they had for it lived up to it. Especially when they used Rex as a battering ram. That was so awesome. So, yeah, you can bet I saw Toy Story 3 in the theater as well, and yeah, that was awesome as well. Honestly, Toy Story is one of those perfect trilogies in my opinion. But an interesting fact about Toy Story 3, it's actually one of 3 animated movies that was nominated for Best Picture. Oh yeah, the first one was Beauty and the Beast. In fact, if it wasn't for Beauty and the Beast, we would never have a category in the Oscars for Best Animated Feature. I mean, we would have to wait 10 years after Beauty and the Beast came out before we finally got that category, but at least we have it now. Yeah, for those of you who are wondering, the very first winner of that category was, believe it or not, Shrek. Yeah, the anti-Disney movie, as some people call it, which, honestly, the first 2 Shrek movies still hold up. Don't watch the third one. And the fourth one is just meh. Anyway, the anti-Disney movie, the one that put DreamWorks, further into a powerhouse of a company, was the one that won Best Animated Picture. Even though, had that category of Best Animated Picture, the Oscars existed sooner, I'm positive at least The Prince of Egypt from DreamWorks would have won. But that's something for another day. Anyway, all I can say now is I am humbled I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I'm hopeful that we all have a wonderful Tuesday. And remember, if any of you guys ever want to talk, or if any of you guys ever want to chat, I'll always be here to lend an ear, and I'll always have your back. So take care, everybody. And what can I say except you're welcome for making this video for you. Okay, I'm sorry, I had to do that. What can I say? Dwayne The Rock Johnson's actually a pretty solid singer. I honestly don't know where the hatred all came from. Anyway, take care.